Adam, big question. It's always out there. So let's just bring up higher education, right? So as an architect or engineer, you're being hired and you're having to push for these low carbon, green buildings. What do you think, or how much influence does or can an architect engineer have on that type of design for the building?
I think at best, architects are influencers, and let me explain that. I don't know if everybody's seen Downton Abbey. It's about a Victorian family 100 years ago in the UK, and you got my lord upstairs and all the servants downstairs. So let's just take a property development. When a property developer does a building, that person or that team have the money. They're my lord in this, right? They're upstairs, they're living their life, they're served by everyone. They ring the bell, up comes the head butler. The head butler in this analogy is the project manager. He comes up, he's hired help, he's below stairs, he's below the money, right? He
Yep.
works for the money. Then below the butler is the head footman. That's the architect. Yes, he brings unique skills. He does things that the owner can't do, but he works for the owner and the project manager. And then below them is the civil engineer. And then below them is the mechanical and electrical engineers. So in this analogy, mechanical and electrical engineers are like maids. And then below them are the specialist subcontractors, like commissioning people. They're like the scullery mates, right? So there's this hierarchy, this class system in delivering a building. And everybody works for the money. So my answer is we do need to move towards a low carbon, high performance built environment. Absolutely. I think everyone agrees on that. The only way that is happening is when the money demands it. An architect can have all the green feelings they want in the world, but they work for the money, and the money dictates what they get. At best, the architects, even the star architects like Norman Foster, are just influencers. They can bring a great idea, they can influence the client, but the client decides. And if the money's not there, they ain't doing it. Now that sounds very pessimistic. I wouldn't call it pessimistic. I would take the Henry Kissinger approach here and say this is real politics.
Well, for me, it's always if it has show or if it has no go, right? Where, so basically I tell people all the time, what are you going to do? You're going to basically put lipstick on a pig. Like everybody
Yep.
talks about all these beautiful, brand new, wonderful things. I tell people all the time, oh yeah, you can really get an air conditioning, a unit basically that has
Yeah.
90% this or that. I'm like, you're going to pay 10 times as much. You'll never get an ROI back on it. So is it worth it? And if they're like, yes, then I'm like, then it's worth it.
Yeah, I agree. But actually, again, owners are the architects of all their problems ultimately, right? You don't get what you don't ask for. You can hire the trendy architect and say I got a Norman Foster building. See Apple, right? They got a Norman Foster building. And it was very green. Do you know why that building was very sustainable? Because Apple demanded it and they paid for it. It's probably
Get paid,
one of the most expensive
demanded
office
and paid
spaces
for it.
per square foot ever built,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So yeah, is it a great example? Absolutely. It is superb at every level. But they demanded it, they asked for it, and Norman Foster gave them what they asked for. And yes, he had influence, right? But he was directed to do something. Here's the budget, here's the green aspirations, deliver, right? So
Well,
owners are the actual gateway to a green built environment, in my
that's
opinion.
why we have value analysis and value engineering.
Exactly right. Actually, let's wrap it up there because I'm going to start ranting about architects soon. That's not going to end well. Right. Okay. We got 3 minutes left. So what happens when I come off this call? Um, I've got to let it process. So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens is when I go off the call, it processes the video. That takes about 5 minutes. So let's have a 15-minute break. What's the time now? So it's just 10 past. So let's come back on at 20 past.
Okay.
No, 25 past. It needs about 10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
Or
It's
if you just want to
25
show,
past, right?
yeah.
And we'll do
Okay.
another four more. I've got
Yeah.
your email open. Let's go down the lighting stuff and that you've got there. That's a good subject, that is.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there.
Oh yeah. Lighting
Like
is the
I just ran. I mean, honestly, like I just whenever I get off a job and
just like
oh, I'm so frustrated. Like by the end of the week, I'm just like all I want to do is go paint or work on a house or
yeah.
trim a bush. Like it's just so generic. Like I don't know what I can do sometimes. Like all I can do is I'm an influencer.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
this is how you stop killing people, right? You vent your spleen through email.
well, like it's funny because there are so many people in this industry that they don't know what they're doing. Like I literally had someone say to me on a call, and this was on a big call, right? Where I don't know what you're commissioning, but normally the commissioner is going to be basically pulling the levers and basically running through the programs. No. I go, that's going to be controls. They go, no. I go, you're setting up the programming. You're the front end. Well, I don't know the equipment. I know the mechanical contractor bought all the chillers.
Yeah.
I go, you're just running it through it. And I'm just, I mean, you have these like conversations with people. Here's another one, Adam. Actually, I just thought about this. And what I'm starting to discover more, not discover, it's there, is like there is a ton of money to be made in this area. Helping people write proper scopes.
Oh my God, yeah.